Dead Man's Fire, which was based on a true story. And the true story, when you watch it, it is very crazy, right? It's really crazy to think that something like this happened.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean, the delusional is the right word for it, not crazy, crazy. Like a person is so delusional that he will get away with abduction and kidnapping and will succeed to get millions out of a mortgage company. Like I was just asking Karthik, like what would drive somebody to be that delusional? I mean,
Mm.
one thing is that, he's not fearful of losing anything. He's ready to lose everything. But even then, like, you're ready to lose everything. You're ready to go to jail, probably as a possibility, right? But the uppermost thing in his mind is that I'm going to get millions of dollars from this mortgage company which has done me wrong, and I'm going to kidnap the president of the company. It's mind-boggling that somebody like that could exist. But the good thing is that you have to wait for the end and what happens to this person. That is the
In the
interesting
real
part
life.
because in
In
real
real
life,
life
because
or in
it's
the
a
movie?
in the movie in real life because it's based on reality, so it's a true story, right? So yeah, it's very interesting to watch. It's very interesting to see how American judiciary, or anywhere, I guess, all over the world, judiciary works. And it's also interesting to analyze the like psychoanalysis of a person, and a check for yourself. Like, am I delusional or am I sane? Like, when does delusion become a reality for the person? Like, yeah, it was a wild ride to say the least, but it is a very
Yeah.
interesting watch. And the best thing
Uh,
about the movie was, you want to say? Okay.
but before, yeah, yeah, we will talk about that. But before that, I was just thinking that there is this strange connection between the first movie that we saw on Jan 3rd and this one, being uh, the philosopher David, right? Technically speaking, he's the David of this movie. He's the one who is fighting against the mighty big companies, and that's why he gets so much support. I mean, in the end, I mean, without revealing the end, if we have to, I mean, if you look at it as a face on the face of it, right? Someone abducts a person, literally is attached what you call fire. He is attached
Shotgun.
a shotgun to his neck, and he's dragging him all around in front of cameras, right?
This.
And yeah, and he's blackmailing the police. He's blackmailing everyone, and he's going to blow up the whole building apartment that he's living in. Right? Everyone has to leave that place, and yet this person is getting support from everyone because he gets in touch with the radio jockey, a famous radio jockey, and that person
Yeah.
puts forward his point of view. So for people, it is David versus Goliath in the sense that there is this middle class person who is fighting to survive, and there is this mortgage company who is, earning millions of money through interest and taking away the rightful, you get the drift, right? So, and so he's got so much support, and that support helps him in some way. Yeah, and I know what you wanted to talk about. The best part of the movie. I want you to say that.
So we see a scene where the guy who gets kidnapped, he's a nice guy, like, not very cruel or anything. Like, even as the president of a company, he's inherited the company from his father. His father is being played by Al Pacino. So at some
Yeah,
point, this guy's angst is actually with the father, Al Pacino. So he makes him call the father to get an apology out of it. So imagine a gun is pointed to your son's head, and the father is being called, and he says, "Hey dad, and they talk like, how are you doing, how's mom doing, everything." And then he says, ask him to give me an apology, and he's like, apology about what? I just followed the process. I did nothing wrong. He said, are you kidding me? I'm pointing a gun to your son's head. Give me an apology. And how would you feel if he dies? And he's like, I'll mourn his death. As simple as that. Like, The audience jaw just drops like, what just happened? Like, that's
I will mourn
crazy.
his death, and you will mourn the day you stepped into the our mortgage company, whatever the name of that mortgage company is. So, and
Yeah.
I mean, they picked Al Pacino to do this role, and Al Pacino did this role, and you can't imagine anyone but Al Pacino doing this role. He's got that Godfather swag in him, in
Yeah.
terms of I don't care, I'm doing my part, I'm doing my duty, I'm not going to care about you. And the son is not surprised because he knows
Yeah.
his father. He kind of expects his father to do this,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the just the I mean, once again, I don't know if this is right or wrong because even I have an issue maybe because of what happened to me in the last 6 years. I have an issue with these big corporates, so and I might be working for a corporate in the future or even now, but in general. But I did feel good in the end when they said that this company went bankrupt, you know. So, so there was this feeling of happiness. Okay, yeah, they deserved it probably. So, but I don't know. Maybe we need these companies as well, right? I mean, mortgage company does help us to have a house that we are living in, and so that way we do need it. But yeah,
Yeah, I think that if somebody is in a financial problem, it's kind of their own doing. Like, I just heard David Ramsey or somebody say that, he categorized three category of people. Like, what are the rich doing? Are they spending on, big cars? They don't do that. They buy second-hand cars and stuff like that. And then what is the middle class doing? The middle class is always struggling to pay the credit card debt, which I am always struggling because I shop too much. And then what is the poor doing? The poor is taking debt after debt, like, and the rich are not in so much debt, according to him, which I found strange because like rich dad, poor dad, that guy says you have to be in debt. You should not spend your own money. You should keep taking debt. So it's, I don't know, different ideologies. But yeah, if somebody is in a financial trouble, it's usually their own doing. Like whatever we have earned in our entire lives, if we had managed to save it, then we would not be in so much trouble. In fact, we would be financially independent right now. So yeah, I think
yeah,
it's a thing to think about. But
yeah,
anyways, it's a good
yeah.
watch. It's a different watch, and it's nice to see how American judiciary works. It's an interesting watch.